You don't need to document everything. I'm sure by now you've seen this video of Paris on New Year's Eve, where everyone is so busy filming the countdown and fireworks on their phones that they forget to experience them. It's surreal. This is obviously something that's been happening for over a decade now. People documenting events instead of being in the moment. But it's not just events anymore. People document everything now. Every mundane moment of their lives. What they wear, what they eat, what they buy. And as well as ordinary things, people now feel the need to document profoundly personal moments. From health scares to mental breakdowns to their first time seeing a baby after it's born.
What is up, everyone? My name is C. Welcome to the C Talks channel. If you are new, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's keep blowing the C Talks channel up. All right, let's react. I played you guys that clip. That was Freya India, 23-year-old writer from the UK, and she said some things that I really want to add to. So let's get into it. So Freya talks about how you shouldn't document everything and just stop documenting everything. I'll give you guys a little background about me. I am a 35, about to be 36 in a few weeks, getting older, y'all, millennial. And I have an issue with what society is becoming and the fact that people just want to document things all the time and the fact that people aren't really living their lives. We need to stop documenting everything. You do not have to document every single thing that you do and upload it to the internet, to social media, for other people to see. I think that spending all your time documenting everything that you're doing doesn't allow you to live and experience the moments that you're living. You can't, because all you're focused on is, did the angle come out right? Oh, my finger came out in this little, let me record this again. Oh, there was this lady in the background while I tried to take my selfie. Like, it's unnecessary. Please, people, my millennial folks, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, stop documenting everything. Live your life and forget about comparing yourself to anybody else's life. This has to stop. This is all super new. We haven't been doing this for centuries and millennia as human beings. This is so new, and it has to stop. Like, it really has to stop. I think if you're spending your days just documenting everything you're doing and uploading the latest meal you ate, the outfit you wore today, you checking your bags into the airport, you're living an empty life and you're not really processing and enjoying everything that's happening to you in the moment. And who are you really living for if everything you do has to be documented for other people to see? Like, remember the saying, pictures or it didn't happen? Where have we arrived as a human race when the only way to show that you did something or actually enjoyed your life or enjoyed a moment in time is the fact that you recorded it and took a picture of it and documented it for the rest of the internet to not see because nobody cares? How did we get here? How? I don't know how, but we got to take a step back and stop doing this. We have to. Let's talk about just how things were for us older folks when we grew up. So I did some Googling, and apparently millennials are between the ages of 28 to 43. I'll be 36 in a few weeks. So that puts me closer to the higher end of what a millennial is. So when I grew up in the 90s and 2000s, I experienced boredom. I remember sitting down and reading books in my free time, drawing, playing, using my imagination, watching television, going out to play, going to a playground to socialize, have fun. I remember the beauty of having to call someone to find out what they did recently. I remember the beauty of actually not knowing what somebody was up to and then having them fill me in. I went through this recently. I'm going to give you guys an anecdote. I'm making a conscious effort to get off of social media and not be on as much. I go to in-person events and I do little cell phone detox every weekend where I just basically get off of my phone and I don't touch it for several hours and I talk to people. So there's this one guy who is at the event and I hadn't seen him for, let's say, a couple of days. And I knew because I looked on social media that he made a trip to Colombia and he was in Colombia. And I was talking to him and I did not bring it up because I did not want to say, yeah, I saw on your social media that you were in Colombia. I didn't want to say it. I did not want to say it. So I didn't, but it brings me back to the fact of he didn't bring it up either. So we didn't touch on that topic. He's younger too, but I'm not faulting him or anything. But I think it's a beautiful thing when you don't know what somebody's been up to and they just fill you in because that's what things were like before we went through this whole phase and era of document everything. It's ridiculous. You can go online, you can see people get fired, get broken up with. My girlfriend says I love you for the first time. Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? And why are we robbing ourselves of memories? Nobody takes the time. I do. I'm trying to. Every once in a while, I sit down with my thoughts and I try to remember things. I get nostalgic about things. I remember things that I did a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. I try to go through these processes because I don't just want to be staring at my damn phone, my damn iPhone. Hi, Apple. My damn iPhone and remembering what my life was like. I want it to be here. I don't want it to be on a phone. I'm so glad, and I said this in my last video, I am so glad that I'm a millennial and I got to experience a world without all this social media madness and people documenting everything, because I feel like I would have come out and developed totally differently had I been born in the 2000s or 2010s. Well, I'd be, let's say 2000s or 90s. I'm so glad I'm a millennial. I'm so glad. You developmentally, I think that we are different than the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas. It's just, I think it's a true thing that we have to say. Yeah, I'm so glad I did not grow up during my formative years and my developmental years in front of a screen, in front of a phone screen, a computer screen, a tablet screen, which is what everybody else is on now. I get the irony of me saying this through a YouTube video. I get it. Technology, yeah. I'm really becoming a more anti-technology person the older I get. I want to show you guys something. The last video that I was recording was about the effects of social media on mental health. Check this out. This is my second cell phone, the second cell phone I ever owned. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. You can't FaceTime anybody on it. You can't watch videos on it. You can't hop on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of this stuff. You can't do any of this with this phone. You had no means back in the day to just document everything that you were doing with the technology that was available. Why we've come here and who decided it was a good idea for us to just have literally computers and cameras integrated into our phones, I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know. Maybe some tech billionaire right now laughing his butt off because he made all this money and now everybody's a depressed, anxious social media slave. I don't know. Are we really living our lives as people in today's modern age? Or are we just always documenting what we're doing and then that's it? Like, you never bothered to look at what you documented. This is another thing too. Freya says that in her video. How many people actually, right? She gave the example of people recording Paris on New Year's Eve. How many people actually go back? I do it, but it's because I don't have a ton of crap on my phone. There's not much to look at except the couple of things that I actually document, which is not a lot. So for me, it's memorable, but for most people who just document their whole damn existence, It's just the most mundane stuff. And who really, going back to my point, who really goes back to look at what they recorded? It's very few people. It's very few people. And it's not a good way. It's not a good use of time. It isn't. To sum it up, stop documenting everything. Turn the laptop off. Go leave the house. Go talk to a stranger. Go join a club. Stay off your cell phone. We need to move in a different direction as humans because all this technology stuff is just not working. I feel like with all this technology being introduced into our society, we're starting to take steps back instead of steps forward. Those are my final thoughts. All right. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. Appreciate y'all watching. I will be back with more videos soon. Peace.